Finally, one more thought. A tale of three cities. It was the best of times and the worst of times. At their best, cities like San Francisco, Chicago, and New York led global Wall Street, with Northern California dominating a tech sector that helped bring the markets back from the great financial crisis.
Today, the opportunities are in entrepreneurship, in Silicon Valley.
Chicago has provided the longtime home for commodities and future exchanges, as well as major financial players like Citadel. And of course, the granddaddy of them all, New York City, from which global Wall Street gets its name.
And so, another sun rises over fabulous and mighty Manhattan.
But the pandemic has shown some of the worst that can happen even to the best of American cities. As crime became a major factor in the recent election for Chicago mayor.
My name is Brandon Johnson. I'm running for mayor of the city of Chicago to usher in a better, stronger, safer Chicago.
Homelessness undermined the quality of life in San Francisco. And New York struggled with workers fleeing its office towers, even as migrants seeking refuge threatened to overwhelm the city.
We got 4,200 people last week came to our city for shelter. I need everybody to wrap their heads around that for a moment.
Given the problems, it's no great surprise that parts of global Wall Street are looking for greener pastures, as New York's Wall Street looks to Miami and what's becoming known as Wall Street South.
Miami is probably the most dynamic city in the country today.
Parts of San Francisco and Silicon Valley take a hard look at places like Texas.
The reason to move here is to get the best of both worlds.
And Ken Griffin moves his Citadel to Miami.
It wasn't me who drove the decision to come to Florida. It was the 100 and some people that lived in that bubble who said, why would we trade the anarchy in Chicago for the tranquility in Florida?
And even the CME, originally named for the city, has sold its Chicago real estate, though its CEO, Terry Duffy, says that doesn't necessarily mean that it's leaving.
That doesn't mean we're leaving. We like Chicago. I think Chicago's been on its back foot before, and it can get back on its front foot, but it takes all of us to do so.
But things may not be nearly as bad as some people fear. After all, New York's a long way from where it was in the mid-'70s, when President Ford famously, if not literally, told it to drop dead. And famed New York restaurateur Danny Meyer of Union Square Hospitality Group says New York has already come a long way back, even if it now looks a bit different.
It's come back beautifully in a lot of ways, but it's different. I have never in my entire career seen our restaurants fill up with people earlier in the evening.
And this week, we got a powerful signal of just how vibrant the original Wall Street still is, as its elite gathered at the Javits Center on the west side of Manhattan for the 35th annual Robin Hood Gala Dinner and raised over $61 million for New York City charities.
Each of us, in our own measure, whether large or small, over 4 decades, did our part to demonstratively break the cycle of poverty.